Not ready to plonk down your first $100 on Quest 2 games? Thankfully there's an impressive number of free games, experiences, apps, and social VR platforms to keep you playing before you're paying. Blaston. This shooter just went free to play, letting you take on friends, family and foes in head-to-head 1v1 dueling. Refine your loadout and jump into the action as you scramble for weapons and send a volley of hellfire at your enemies, all the while matrix dodging through this innovative bullet hell meets futuristic dueling game. Spend money on cosmetics, or don't. It's a massive slice of fun any which way. Gun Raiders. There aren't a ton of free-to-play shooters out there that promise multiplayer action. However, Gun Raiders fits the bill with its multiple game modes that let you jetpack through the air, climbing from wall to wall, and shoot down the competition. There's the same sort of microtransactions you see in bigger games, but if they're all avatar skin stuff, so no pay to win here. Ultimechs. Ultimechs should look pretty familiar. It's basically Rocket League, but instead of driving around in cars, you're given rocket-powered fists to punch balls into the goal. Online multiplayer includes both 1v1 and 2v2 matches, offering up tons of opportunities to earn cosmetic gear that will let you outfit your battle mech into something unique. There are also now 2 paid battle passes too, offering up a ton of cosmetics to set you apart from the competition. Battle Talent. Battle Talent is one of those fighting sims that let you go ham on ragdoll baddies, which in this case are wily goblins and loads of skeletons. This physics-based roguelite action game lets you climb, run and slide your way through levels as you slash, shoot, and wield magic against your foes. I Expect You to Die, Home Sweet Home. From the studio that brought you the award-winning puzzle game, I Expect You to Die, comes the room-scale mixed reality experience Home Sweet Home, which offers up a new way to defuse potentially lethal situations, and all in the comforting backdrop of your own living room, thanks to Quest 2's pass-through mixed reality function.
Good heavens! That shot nearly killed you. Dr. Zor has eyes and ears everywhere.
Pavlov Shack Beta. Ever wanted to play Counter-Strike on Quest? Pavlov Shack offers up a pretty comparable experience, as you play in either deathmatch or co-op mode. It's got all of the realistic gunplay and much of the fun of the paid PC VR title, but it's still going strong with a free open beta on Quest. Echo VR. Zero-G sports aren't possible unless you're stationed on the ISS, and even then you probably shouldn't muck about. In this fast-paced game of ultimate frisbee meets hockey meets whatever, you'll launch at speed to the goal, evade the opposing team and chuck your Tron-style frisbee thing for the win.
I'm proud of you, but still not okay with it.
Spatial Ops. Freshly launched into open beta, this 4v4 arena-scale shooter requires Space and Quest 2, or Quest Pro, owning buddies, both of which you may not have. Still, it makes for an incredible time that is basically the best version of laser tag you've ever played. You'll need side quest to download this one since it disables Quest's Guardian system, but it's well worth jumping through the hoops to get working if you have everything else. Gorilla Tag. This humble game of tag has taken both Side Quest and App Lab by storm with its infectious gameplay, and it's now made its way to the official store. You'll be lumbering around a tree-lined arena using its unique grab-the-world locomotion style that lets you amble around like a great ape. Chase the other apes and infect them, or climb for your life as the infected chase you. Pure and simple. Make sure you're far from TVs, furniture, babies, and pets, because you will punch something in the mad dash for sweet, low-poly freedom. Pokerstars VR. No real cash gambling here, but Pokerstars VR not only lets you go all in on games of Texas Hold'em, but now a full casino's worth of table games and machines that are sure to light up the dopamine-starved pleasure centers of your brain. It's all free play, so you won't be risking real cash unless you buy in-game chips, which cannot be turned back into real money. It's only to keep your bankroll flush for free play. Gym class, basketball. Gym class, basketball is the solution if you're looking to shoot some hoops and dunk like you probably can on a physical court. Online multiplayer lets you go head-to-head for a pretty convincing game of b-ball, thanks to the game's physics-based and full-body kinematics. Ancient Dungeon Beta. This plucky roguelike dungeon crawler is still in beta, but there's a reason it's become an App Lab favorite. Explore a vast dungeon to explore, housing plenty of baddies just asking for the steel of your sword, knives, and arrows. You'll climb over deep pits, dodge lethal traps, and search for hidden treasures. Smash all the pots and crates you can before it officially launches on Quest sometime in the near future. Elixir. Would-be wizards, this is your time to shine. Explore a magical laboratory and take on the job of apprentice wizard. The lab is full of gadgets and magical stuff to mess around with. As one of the games that natively supports Quest's hand tracking, you can put your controllers down and get experimenting with this little slice of the dark arts.
Done! Just look at this place! Come on!
Bait. Since the recent Fishing Buddies update, this classic VR title has gotten a whole new lease on life as a multiplayer VR fishing game that lets you sit back and crack a cold one with the boys as you reel in the big guns. The additional social areas also let you sit back between your fishing adventures to take part in casual minigames. Rec Room. Without a doubt one of the most fun, and most expansive VR titles out there. And it's free. Sure, you can pay real cash for in-game tokens to buy spiffy clothes for your avatar, but that's really up to you. Gads of minigames await you in both first-party creations such as the ever-so-popular co-op quests, that could be games in their own right, to user-created stuff that will keep your pocketbook gathering dust. It's social VR, so meet people and have a ball for $0 reduce. Fair warning, there's a ton of kids. VRChat. If you've been anywhere near the internet in the last few years, it's likely you've already heard about VRChat, the user-generated social VR space filled with, well, everything you can imagine. Repro games included like Among Us, Mario Kart, and even a version of Beat Saber. Fashion your own avatar or download the millions of user-generated avatars out there so you can embody SpongeBob, Kirito from Sword Art Online, or any one of the million anime girl avatars that you're bound to see there. Horizon Worlds. Horizon Worlds is still taking baby steps, although recent efforts have brought more tools and user-generated content to the platform, which has rounded out things to make it more competitive with Rec Room and VRChat. You may want to check in just to see the state of Meta's first-party VR social platform, and then check right out again. But at the price of free, you may just find an environment or community you really gel with, which is the whole reason behind social VR in the first place.
You can find your community, fellow creators, and virtually hang out in perfect harmony. Going up. So, bring your vision, your artistry, your genius. Who built a cat boat? And together, we can build Horizon.
And Frank House VR. This interactive experience takes you into the secret annex wherein Frank lived for 2 years in hiding from the Nazi regime. The experience lets you explore the entire annex where 8 people hid, and experience what it must have been like for Frank up until the group was discovered and shipped off to concentration camps in August 1944. Mission, ISS. Get your space boots and tang ready, because you're about to take a trip into orbit to learn about life aboard the International Space Station. You'll float around in the station's microgravity environment and experience how to dock a space capsule, take a spacewalk, and let real NASA astronauts guide you on the ISS through informative videos and images. Look out over the pale blue dot and marvel at humankind's most awesome achievements.
You'll never look at the Earth the same way again.
Home After War. Home After War is a room-scale, interactive experience that takes you to Fallujah, a city that was, until recently, under Islamic State, control. Even though the conflict has ended, there's a looming fear of returning refugees, booby-trapped homes and improvised explosive devices, IEDs, in the neighborhoods. Awe-inspiring. Human. Disturbing.
Program in collaboration with GICHD.
We couldn't have found a better fitting place than Fallujah for this VR project. ISIS lost control over Fallujah in December 2016. But even now, when you walk the streets of Fallujah, you can still very well feel the presence of war.
Used to be a bridge. See? There used to be a bridge? Yeah, it's a bridge, but it's damaged now.
Goliath, playing with reality. Narrated by Tilda Swinton, Goliath guides you through the unsettling world of Goliath, a man who spent years isolated in psychiatric institutions but finds connection in multiplayer games. Expect to have your heartstrings pulled by expressive dialogue and immersive visuals as you explore the mind and experiences of Goliath. You'll need to use your microphone.
Everything you see is just part of the game.
A distortion.
Everything you feel
Now I found the
is real.
Bigscreen Beta. Bigscreen is the mother of all VR video apps, and it's social too. Configure your avatar and pop into virtual movie theaters to watch your own content, stream your own stuff for others to see, and watch other people's content all while having a friendly chat. You can also rent movies, show up for bespoke movie nights, and watch all the free live TV you can shake a stick at, courtesy of a partnership with Pluto TV. Spatial. VR productivity apps aren't really the norm for teleworking just yet, although Spatial has gotten a lot right while making sure to have good cross-platform support for a wide range of AR, VR and traditional computing platforms. There are paid plans for business-minded users, however the free account lets you connect to up to 32 people, have unlimited meeting times, host private rooms, and store up to 5 gigabytes of stuff in the cloud. Gravity Sketch. Design models, ideate products, create anything in VR with Gravity Sketch. It has the ability to import images, video, and 3D files, .jpg, PNG, MP4, UBJ, and output snapshots and 3D objects, .png, UBJ, IGES. Even when it was a paid app, it was a powerful and surprisingly intuitive creation suite. Now that it's exactly $0 with no hidden gotchas, it's even better. VR Animation Player. Some of the most creative people on the planet are using the 3D painting tool Quill by SmoothStep, formerly Quill, which was recently spun out from Meta. You don't have to own a PC though to enjoy all of those creations for yourself, because in VR Animation Theater you'll get to see a curated selection of characters, fantastic creatures, and complete narratives in lovingly created VR animations.
Someone, anyone, please,